Do you use glow cup for fishing? After initial charging of 2 to 5 minutes, your glow lure will glow up for 8 hours. Wait till my wife sees this. Hey everyone, Threads here. So this is long overdue, but with a couple of moves, I just wasn't able to devote the time that I really needed to this. So you guys may have saw my last video about the ice hole power box. So I ran this thing. I put it through its paces, I ain't gonna lie. I asked this thing to do things that it wasn't made to do. So anyone who's unfamiliar, these power boxes are mainly made and used for ice fishing, stuff like that, camping, but primarily for ice fishing shacks because there's no electricity out there, so you have to run everything, you know, off of batteries and stuff. So this box is kind of, you can have them built to whatever specifications you want, but what it's made for is to run, you know, like lighting and stuff like that, and you know, the glow cups. I'll give a little demonstration on how this actually works a little later, but this is to glow your jigs. So whenever they're under the ice and they're in total darkness, they glow, fish see them, so on and so forth. So I ended up running this thing to charge my iPad for a week just to see if it would do it, how well it would do it, so on. That's not what it's made for. It's meant to run low voltage stuff for periods of time, not necessarily charge your devices. It will charge your device, but that's not what it's made for. Has an awesome little readout on top. It tells you right there, you know, what the voltage is that's still in the battery. This particular battery that is in mine has a cutoff, a voltage cutoff. So when it hits a certain voltage, it just stops sending out current at that point. I'm sure there's some super technical term for that, but basically it's a low voltage safety switch. So charged my iPad, it did the job, and my iPad gets heavy use. Between me and my daughter, my iPad gets drained daily. Worked like a champ. But to really test it, excuse me, I picked up one of these little cheap, inexpensive USB fans and just got it on Amazon. It's got I think 3 settings on it. You can angle it, so on and so forth. So this is more what I purchased this box for. I want it for 2 reasons. Number one, an outage box, a power outage box. I actually kept this on the edge of my bed on a shelf. It has these 2 LED lights right here. So I had this sitting on the shelf beside the bed with these facing towards the bed. So if in the middle of the night a storm rolled through or whatever, I could easily reach up there, click these on, and we would have light right then. So, you know, if you're in an ice shack or whatever, these little LEDs come in really handy. If you're camping, these can come in really handy inside your tent or inside the, you know, the bed of your truck or whatever. But this little fan is where it's at for me, for my use. Plug this in, turn it on. Three speeds. So to test this box, I plugged this little fan in, had it sitting on my bed, kind of, you know, on my shelf next to my bed, just angled down to where it would, a little cross breeze on my bed. I sleep with a fan, and I let it run. Turned it on and just let it go. I think I put it on like the medium speed, so it wasn't on low, it wasn't on high, just medium. It ran for almost 2 days straight before the internal 10-volt cutoff said, okay, that's enough, and shut it off. It's pretty impressive, because if you think about it, if you're out camping, at least for me, I'm only going to run the fan at night just to get some breeze flowing through the tent. So at 2 days of constant on, this should easily last me a weekend. Set it up, only kick it on whenever we need to, only use the lights if we absolutely need to. That's what we got headlamps and flashlights for, but you have this just in case. So let's talk a little bit about price-wise. I'm not going to quote price because this day and age, prices are changing so fast. I could tell you a price right now, you could immediately go to his website and it might be different. Price of materials is fluctuating greatly. Shipping costs are also a factor right now. But I am going to say this is it's not inexpensive. It's not a cheap box, but it's not made cheap either. Can you make one? Like I said in my last video, of course you can. I probably could. I know plenty of other people who have. I can't make it as nice as this though, and I'm not sure I'm going to save that much money by doing so. But the biggest factor for me was this is a made in the USA product by a veteran. Jeremy is a great guy. He has a YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description. He's just a great dude. He has a lot of different kind of behind the scenes stuff. He tests these batteries. He cuts these batteries open to see what's inside. I mean, he is putting forth effort to make a safe, long lasting product. So of course I'm going to pay what he's asking. My original thing was I was going to order in another one of these in the larger size and do almost like a comparison between the two. That didn't happen with our move and whatnot. The one I have currently, yeah, this is the 12 amp hour. He has like 18s, 30s or something like that as well. And what I do, I want you guys to see this. Sorry, my top-down camera setup's being rebuilt right now. You see all that? All the wires are done super nice, clean, zip tied. It's just great. The battery has these little Velcro pieces in here to keep it from rattling around, keep it from moving. It's got this foam down on the bottom to keep everything, you know, no shock is going to come up through the battery and hurt anything. And what I do, I just put my charger in here with it. Just put it over here to the side. Plenty of room in here for that. And then also, I don't currently have it in here, but I also have this little box that I keep some different style cables in, a Type-C, a regular USB-A, and I just slide that little box in here as well. That way we always have a cord. I mean, but you know, the fit and finish on everything he's done in this thing is awesome. You know, I threw some stickers on it. It's just great. So to me, it's worth the money. It's not going to be for everybody, okay? It's not, but you know, ice fishing out here in the Arizona desert, it's pretty non-existent. So I definitely didn't buy this for that, but I did buy it for camping. I bought it to throw in the back of my truck, so if we're out and about, you know, we can run a little USB fan. You know, we can have a source of light if we need to, and in an emergency it will charge your devices. But again, it's not what this is made for. It's not made to be a charger. That's what the little anchors and stuff like that are for. This will do it, but it's not what it's marketed for. So all in all, great product. I'm super happy with it. I really am looking forward to getting the bigger model, and I'm gonna throw all kinds of bells and whistles on the next one. You know, this one I got pretty plain, pretty stock, but the next one I'm gonna get some more stuff added onto it just so I can really test out some of the other features and stuff. He has a little mount that you can put on here for your GoPro, so your GoPro can set up here and all that kind of stuff. It's just really good if you camp, if you fish. It's just a great box to have. So let's take a look at this charging cup. So this is the little charging cup, and you can have it with this, focus on that. You can have it with this installed actually in the box. Of course mine isn't, because again, there's no ice fishing to be had out here. I've only ever lived one spot in my entire life that had ice fishing, and that was Minnesota, and I didn't get to go while I was there, and that was 20 plus years ago. All of my fishing is mainly bank fishing. But I do have my patch walls over here. So I have these little patches, and what I'm going to do, let me turn my main light off. It's going to get kind of pixelated, kind of grainy, but as you can see, let me get it it's gonna be hard to get it dark because my camera is gonna want to auto do, and I've got a lot of sunlight coming in. But as you can tell, it's not really glowing right now. Turn that on. Just put that in there for a couple of seconds here. Oh, there we go. I got a little bit darker because my computer went to sleep. Now, if you leave this in, the longer you leave it in here, the better, of course, but just for demonstration purposes. Can you see that now? Can you see that difference? Look how well that thing's glowing. That's what that's for. It's going to get bright for a second. Flash. So that is what that does, but it's made for underwater. Catch them fish. Get the fish to see the jig that you have down there in the dark depths. So this is awesome. Thank you, Jeremy, for sending me the cup to check out. Really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to figure out some way of mounting this somewhere so I can charge up patches for pictures and stuff. This box is great. I'll link his website. I'll link his channel down below. Go take a look. Support American-made, veteran. It's the way to go. Till next time, guys. Take care. I totally spaced and forgot to give the Ice Hole Power Box a thread count. What was I thinking? Easy. 9. Solid 9. Why does it not get a 10? Because it's not just quite perfect. The button for the light is at the opposite side of the box from where the light is. So when you're not thinking about it, you just immediately click that front button thinking that the light's going to come on, and it doesn't. And you have to have the box turned on for the light to come on, which isn't that big of a deal, but it would kind of be nice if each thing had its own that would automatically come on when you hit that button. Nitpicky stuff, very nitpicky, but that's the only reason it didn't score a 10 with me. Great product. Again, it's not the cheapest on the planet, so don't get in a tiff and don't start posting comments. Oh, it's so expensive. You're getting quality, okay? And you're not having to do it yourself. Go watch his videos. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, there it is. Back to the roll credits.